Hello, my name is Jennifer, and welcome to Client Reno of Part 7 of my Homeless Decorator Challenge. And if you're just checking this out for the first time, I recommend you go over there. I show how I got the traits and whatnot, and also show whether or not the client liked it in there. But if you want to see how I actually did the build, this is the video for that. Now, of course, I did find out their likes and dislikes. What's noted here, we're doing a fabulous living room renovation. So you can see the ones that we got from within the Decorator career options. So they're up on the screen, but I also did check to see if there was anything that's not noted there. But I think pretty much those were the main ones, though we had the dislike of purple, which was Zoe. This is the Roomies location, which is not showing up. Oh yeah, I see client Roomies. It is showing there. And she liked black. So that liking of black and the purple was from her. She disliked French country, and she liked storybook. Jay liked gray, which isn't up on there, and he disliked modern. Well, a lot of this house is modern, so you see me going around, even though it was a fabulous living room renovation. Since it's open to everything else, I did end up changing that whole open area a little bit, but my focus was on the living room and the dining area. But there were things that were modern in the whole area, like the windows and the doors, so I changed those. These windows I ended up putting back because it turned out after I checked, and you'll see me going back and forth looking at what they like and what they don't like to make sure I don't accidentally choose something they don't like. Whereas like I changed the door because the door was modern. Doors and windows were all modern. And one thing that I've heard is that when you're doing these renovations, a recommendation I had been given is to make sure you change the wall covering and the flooring. So the flooring itself and the wall covering wasn't any of the things I didn't like, but I changed it to gray because of, Jay liking gray. We had a dislike of white, and we did have Gavin liking red. So those were where I got the red from. I wasn't sure because I like red too, but and gray and red goes decently together, and black too. So yeah, so there's a lot of back and forth. And in the kitchen, I don't know what point, but I ended up getting rid of the counters because I changed it to red, but then I thought, well, then they're probably thinking I put in modern or whatever it was, contemporary, whatever it was that they didn't like, because someone didn't like contemporary either. There was a lot of likes and actually more dislikes in terms of the decor, which made this one a little bit more time consuming, which I would have sped up when I kept going and looking back and forth. But here I changed that. I don't it's not a kitchen renovation, so I don't change the fridge and the stove. But that bar, it was not in a category that was liked, and then the green didn't go with the colors that I had there, so I had to change it and just pick another bar. And I couldn't find anything that actually completely went. That was also the same size, and I guess I could have made a smaller bar and then just put, an island counter beside it. But at the time, I was just like, oh, I want to get a bar that's the same size, so that's what I did. And and the things they did like, here there was something. So French country was one that was liked, or maybe it wasn't, and I was checking to make sure. No, it wasn't. I was checking to make sure that was something that wasn't there. So there was 3 things they didn't like, so I kept having to check back and forth to make sure that one. And some things seem to be a little bit cross categories, more the modern and the contemporary, but there are some things, and you have to check to make sure. I don't know how the game would handle that. Like if it's something they don't like, but it's also something someone else might like, I don't really know. But I just tried to avoid anything if it it was in the dislike category. And and I normally wouldn't use that picture there, but it was in the category that they like, so I used it. Whether I keep it there, I think I maybe do keep it there. I may change the coffee maker afterwards. Of course, contemporary is all the stuff that comes with the new pack, so I couldn't use any of that. And so the living room ended up just being couches that fit the Gothic farmhouse or couch and love seat. And another thing I think I've maybe noticed is that it's helpful if you make sure that if, say, it's a living room renovation, there's 4 people in the house, so make sure that you have at least 4 seats for them. I think they had 4. Now there is 5, so they're good for that. And, it's a living room, so even I've heard someone say that you need to make sure there's a TV and a radio, which, if they didn't have one already, depends. It might be kind of hard if there's not a very good budget. I don't know that they care about the the price of the TV kind of thing, as long as there's a TV. I can't confirm that. I did have problems with the last part, which the last gig, I should say. So she's like a little bit desperate looking for money because she didn't get paid the last time. And I did go and do that. I went back and I, for fun, tried it over and over and over again. And I had a lot of glitches actually with it, where the gig ended as soon as it started, or another time the timer kept going, but my sim couldn't do any interactions. I've had that happen again with a different gig and a personal save. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's a guaranteed whether it's not going to be liked or not, because in my save where I did it, the sim still liked it, and her professional, her reputation went up significantly and all that stuff, and it did not have an impact on the fact that it glitched out. So it can glitch out and you can be successful, and it can glitch out and you can fail. Both can happen. And yeah, but I did finally, my sim was successful. Not that it mattered. It was like just an alternate off camera type thing, just because I wanted to try and figure it out. And what I did do was make sure there was enough seats. I did change the flooring and the wall covering, and probably used a lot of one of the colors that one of the sims liked. That was really, I couldn't really tell, and they didn't seem to be as in bad moods. Sometimes they were in bad moods. I've been noticing sometimes sims are in worse moods than normal. A lot of sad sims around, but then sometimes there's a lot of flirty sims around. I'm kind of wondering if it's like the sentiments are causing a big change in how sims react. And I think we're getting towards the end. I'm changed out those pictures that are on the wall, because I realized that as much as I thought the one was red, I think the game considers it purple. So I put it over there and put these ones they're not even in any of the categories that they like. It just, there wasn't very much in the categories they liked in terms of wall paintings and whatnot. And that one I think wasn't purple. It's hard when there's so many things they don't like to make sure you keep it straight. And like I said, the one that I thought was red, when I looked at it through the filter, it came up under purple too. So that's where the colors, especially the colors, it makes sense because there's multiple colors in something, so it could be considered more than one different color, but it makes it hard when there's a color they don't like. But here we are. You got to see the before and after. And I did still want to keep the windows, because to me it made sense that there were a lot of windows in this house. But that window from Snowy Escape was not considered modern, so they still got the the open view and whatnot without it being modern windows. So yay for that. And like I said, you can go check out whether or not the client liked this one, or whether my sim went home with no money again in the actual part 7. But I think we're almost done with the slideshow. I'm not really sure, but we'll assume it's going to be ending soon. But that is going to be it for this video. Leave a like if you liked it. It really helps with the algorithms. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!